Chapter 2682 begins with Zachary receiving an early morning phone call from Ben, who announces his arrival at Zachary's home. The sudden visit piques Zachary's curiosity and sets the stage for a lively Sunday morning filled with unexpected reunions and interactions. Zachary, accompanied by young Sony, steps outside to greet Ben. Sony, puzzled by the sudden activity, questions his uncle, who playfully remarks about early risers. Zachary suspects that Ben's visit might be related to Remy and Elisa's marriage plans, perhaps involving some family negotiation. Soon, Ben's car pulls into the yard. Before Ben even steps out, the back seat door bursts open, and Titus, a strong and energetic young boy, jumps out, running towards Sony with enthusiastic greetings. The two boys, who haven't seen each other since summer break, share a heartfelt embrace, illustrating their close bond despite the time apart. Titus, taller and more muscular than Sony, due to his rigorous martial arts training, excitedly explains that he's in town with his master Carden to visit Mama Murphy. He's been granted a week off and asks Sony if he can play with him for 2 days. Sony, thrilled to see his friend, agrees but mentions he has kindergarten the next day. Titus casually suggests asking for a day off, highlighting the carefree nature of their childhood friendship. Zachary, observing the boys' interaction, tells Sony to seek Serenity's permission for the day off once she wakes up. The boy's innocent request adds a layer of humor and warmth to the scene, portraying the simplicity and joy of their friendship. Ben then approaches Zachary, explaining that his wife, Jane, stayed home to care for their two young children, who have become increasingly attached and fussy in her absence. This responsibility fell solely on him and Titus for this trip. The conversation shifts to the challenges and joys of parenthood, with Ben noting how much easier it is to take care of his daughter compared to his son, who tends to cry and fuss more. Zachary humorously remarks on the universal challenges of raising children, adding to the relatable and light-hearted nature of their exchange. Ben also reveals that Titus had been eager to visit Sony from the moment they arrived in Wilspoon the previous night. Despite the early hour, the little boy's enthusiasm to reunite with his friend Sony had driven him to wake up at dawn, insisting that Ben bring him over. This urgency underscores the strong bond between the two boys and the simple yet profound joy they find in each other's company. The scene unfolds with a mix of heartfelt moments and light-hearted banter, capturing the essence of familial ties and childhood friendships. Zachary, dressed in sportswear, mentions his intention to go for a morning run, further showcasing his role as a responsible yet playful guardian. Ben, aware of the spirited nature of Titus, expresses his sheepishness about the early morning adventure, highlighting the lengths parents go to in order to accommodate their children's desires. Throughout the chapter, the interactions between the adults and children are depicted with warmth and authenticity. Zachary's patience and understanding in handling Sony's early morning wake up call, and Ben's willingness to indulge the excitement of Titus reveal the underlying themes of care, responsibility, and the joy in family and friendships. As the chapter concludes, the promise of further adventures and interactions looms, with the boys eagerly planning their day and the adults catching up on family matters.